start, and how much of it is showing that trust in the offense and the guys?
A little bit of both. I felt like certainly we had to kick the field goal at the end to make it a 2-score game. And then we were going to go for it on the one, and then Trey, fell out of his shoes a little bit there, and then we decided to kick the field goal. I thought the 4th and 2, we had the right play on at that time on that hash. The down and distance was really set up. I think it was 4th and 2, and you'll have to look at the film and see what happened, but it kind of played out similar to what we thought, and just didn't connect on it.
Over here, front row right, Austin Ward, Letterman row.
Right, it seemed like times the throw that CJ missed, and Travion maybe some holes he would have wanted to hit differently, or Whippler with some of the snaps, like some of the freshman mistakes. Like, they haven't played in a lot of close games. I guess you would rather learn from a win than a loss, but did you notice that, and how impressed are you with the way they handled that?
I thought we kept swinging, and we didn't have our heads down or anything like that. And and then in the moments like that, you kind of rely on some of the older guys to kind of help out, and to see Chris make that big touchdown, and that kind of broke things a little bit for us, because, like you said, we were a little rigid there for a while. We couldn't quite get going, and that kind of helped us out a little bit. We started playing with more confidence after that. But it's different than it was early in the season, where guys can start doubting themselves. I don't think you saw any of that coming on. We knew it was going to. They're a good defense. I mean, they're one of the top defenses in the country and give up 14 points a game. And they've always been that way. They've been playing for a long time, a veteran group back there. And so we kind of expected some of this. What we didn't expect was, like you said, some of those penalties and just lack of execution. But when you're playing against better competition, you got to be on point. Little things show up. And so awesome to learn from and still get the win.
Right next door, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
You talked this week about the pressure you expected to get from Penn State. I guess just what did you think of the offensive line's response to that, and I guess CJ's response to that?
Well, I think when you're playing against a style of defense like that, you're high risk, high reward. So there's going to be plays where you can get yourself off schedule, and certainly with the penalties, we got ourselves off schedule, which that really bothers me. But then you also get some big hits, like we did on the big play to Chris. We got the big run by Trey, and that's kind of a herky-jerky game, and it gets a team like us sometimes a little bit out of rhythm. And so we got to go back and think about in games like that how we can do a better job of getting in rhythm.
Right in the middle, Steve Hellwagon, 24/7 Sports.
Yeah, Coach, you guys got this one out, and you don't have time to celebrate or anything. You're going back on the road next week.
Yeah.
4 games left in 4 weeks. You saw Michigan State won today. Just your thought about what this next 4 weeks is going to be like, and I know you take it one game at a time.
That's exactly right. It's a great question. I think when you look at the college football right now, it's about surviving and moving on, especially with the teams that we're playing, and that's all we can worry about. We're playing some really good teams here moving forward. We're going on the road next week. It's going to be a big challenge for us because you got to bring it every week. And I think that's what you're seeing across the board. The guys who do bring it every week are being rewarded, and we got to do that. We got to keep doing it. And it's 1 game seasons. It's March Madness, and you win, you survive, you move on, and that's where we're at right now. And we have to bring it every week because a lot of these teams are dangerous and capable of beating us. Again, I just a couple of things I just thought of before we finish up, Jerry. It was just I want to thank. Just Buckeye Nation, the student section. Half an hour before the game, it was a packed house. The student section was rocking. The whole red out scenario was great. Everybody involved with that, and with Gene Smith and the administration, I thought it was tremendous. Our guys were really excited about that, and the crowd was excellent. I mean, they were into it the whole game. That was a great atmosphere. I can't sit here and tell you that I enjoyed the whole game because it wasn't that way for me. But I know we're going to sit back and enjoy this tonight because it was a wonderful atmosphere. One of the best atmospheres there are in college football right here in Columbus. And what a game, what a win. And I'm proud of everybody involved. And I hope that everyone had a good time because it was one great atmosphere.
We got time for just a couple more folks. I want to be able to get some players in here. Bill Rabinowitz, front row, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, first, why do you think the run game struggled as much as it did early in the game? And in hindsight, do you think you'll look back at this as a game that it was good that you had a struggle like this after the last month you've had?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And I think a couple of guys already mentioned that to me, that maybe this is a good thing. But that being said, when you look at the stat sheet, almost 500 yards of total offense against a very good defense, to me, if you finish off these drives in the red zone, it looks a lot different. And maybe we just say it was a tough, gritty game. And We got 33. You score a couple more points, maybe you're in the mid 40s where we should be. So against good defenses, if we can get in the 500-yard range, then we're okay. To me, it's about putting points on the board. But to answer your question, I think the answer is yes. Yes.
I mean, the struggles with the run game.
Yeah, I think that, I guess what did we end up running for? Just under 200 yards, I guess. And so, we want to be at 250, so we're a little short there. But again, when you're going against a good defense like this, that's how it goes. You don't just go down the field and score every possession. That's not how it works. But doing a better job on third down and doing a better job in the red zone is how you convert and score points in big games like this. And we could have done a better job tonight.
Far left, Adam Rittenberg, ESPN.
Yeah, Ryan, you mentioned the defense. What's enabled you guys to be making more plays on that side of the ball since early in the season?
I honestly think it's experience, but I also think we've done a good job with some of the schemes and changing up the looks for the quarterback, and we have to keep doing that. We're going to have to stay a step ahead of everybody we play. But guys you're starting to see guys make plays who maybe guys didn't know about a month ago, and you're seeing guys show up. So it's a lot of confidence that's been built to me over the last couple months.
And final question behind me, Pete Thamel, Yahoo.
Ryan, you said you're not into style points and you're in a March Madness mode. The college football playoff standings come out Tuesday. What should people make of these Buckeyes?
Yeah, well, I think when you look at a game like this, Penn State to me is one of the better defenses in the country and a really strong team year in and year out. And I think this is a gritty win, and to win the way we did with not even playing our best ball and converting down in the red zone, I think it says a lot about where we are and how well we've played over the last month. And I think you can see this thing building. But with the teams that we're about to play, over the next month, as long as we keep building and staying strong, then I think our body of work is going to speak for itself.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
First three guys, please. Yeah, we can break. Come on. Okay, folks, we have to your far right, Travion Henderson, in the middle, Zach Harrison, and on your far left, Noah Ruggles. We'll open it up. Who didn't? Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
It's probably been a long time since you've had to work as hard as you did for the yards tonight. Maybe it didn't happen in high school. I don't know. You had to really work. How did it feel like out there? What was it like to be in a test like this?
I mean, yeah, it was tough. That was a physical game, but I stayed the course. We stayed the course, and sooner or later, the run game ended up. We got it going a little bit.
Justin Holbrook, second row middle.
Zach, did you know Jerron had that in him to take that back?
Nah. I was honestly, I hit the quarterback and I just saw Jerron pick it up, and I stood there kind of in shock for a minute. I was like, "What? Is he really?" And then he scored, and I ran to the sideline and gave him some love.
Right next door, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Noah, for you to have to make 4 field goals tonight, and those ultimately kind of make the difference in the game. I mean, what was that like for you? Really, the first time in your Ohio State career that you had to make a lot of high pressure kicks tonight?
Well, Coach Day emphasized all week how important every scoring opportunity would be this week, and I knew I had to come in there and make the most of every opportunity I had. And shout out to the guys up front and my snapper and holder for getting it down. They made me look good.
Right behind him, Jared Smalley, WCMH.
For Travion, just to go back a little bit on your evening, the first one you broke in the second half, or third quarter, were you even anticipating that, considering how jammed traffic had been all night for you? We weren't expecting that play, and it was the first big, break of the dam, if you will.
Yeah, I think it was a great play, but I couldn't have done it without my O-line taking care of business up front, my tight ends and my receivers getting it done, and ended up long run. We finally got it going.
We'll go to the far left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Zach, this offense hasn't struggled a lot, so the defense hasn't maybe been in a high-pressure situation. But Ryan Day just said that the defense run the game tonight. I guess, just talk about the improvements this defense has made over the last 9 weeks to get to this point where they're kind of leaning on you for most of the night.
I mean, it's a good team. It's a team win. We're a team. So some games offense not going to play the greatest. Defense got to pick it up. Some games defense not going to play the greatest, and offense got to score some points. And, it's one of those games where defense just had to, make a little more plays, and that's just something that we've been preaching on all year, just trying to get better every single week. Practicing harder and making sure our practice reps are like gang reps. And so when the game comes around, we've seen everything before.
We'll go to the far left. Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Zach, this was the most Tyreek's played since he's come back from injury, and he seemed like he was living the backfield with you. What was it? What did you make of his just overall game?
Man, Tyreek is really a special talent, and I'm happy he got a chance to show off what he can do in his pass rush ability today. And he was just making plays, and we were talking before the game, during the game, like, I'm gonna meet you back there. Like, we racing to get to the quarterback. We both trying to, affect the game and have fun while we're doing it.
Right next door, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
No, the last one looked like it was starting to tail a little bit. Did you think you hit it good, or did you think it was through the whole way?
Yeah, I thought I hit it good. Just the wind started catching it once it went through, but I knew it was going in the minute I left my foot.
And right next door, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Zach, do you think over the past 4 weeks you've seen this defense kind of create a level of momentum? And I'm curious, especially after, what has been described as this gritty game, this game that you guys kind of have to win. Do you feel like in that locker room that this momentum for you guys is continuing?
Yeah, we're building confidence every week we go out there and put out a good performance. But like every game, there's good plays and bad plays, so we got to go at. And that's one thing that we take pride in, going back and getting on the field and making the corrections. So our next opponent is looking at this film and seeing all the plays that we messed up on. So we got to go, correct those plays because they're going to be attacked next week.
Front row middle, Tim May, Letterman row.
Yeah, Trevion, most carries you've had as a collegiate tonight, and most of it was hard going. You feel like you sort of like proved something tonight just about your ability to play on this championship level, for them to turn to you when they need you? And how tough was it out there, I guess?
Shoot, it was tough. That defense, that's a great defense, one of the best defense we played all year. But I needed that to prove to myself that I'm tough and I'm capable of doing what I did tonight.
Right next door, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
When you had the false start on the 4th and goal situation, that's really probably the first time as a college player you've experienced kind of a mistake at a juncture like that in a game. Just, I guess, how did you stay with that? How did you bounce back from that mentally as much as anything?
Really just my teammates lifted me up. They patted me on my back, telling me it's okay. We all make mistakes. We humans, but I ended up staying calm, getting my mind right, and bounce back.
Far right over here, Clay Hall, WSYX.
No, aren't you like Mr. Perfect, 41 of 41 or whatever it was, and then 9 of 9 or?
I'm not sure what the numbers are. I just take it one kick at a time.
You've made every one.
Yes, sir. I don't really think about it. I just try to go out there and do my job. I take every week really seriously in my preparation. I think that's what shows on the field. A little bit. You got some pointers.
We got time for one final question for this group. Spencer Holbrook, Letterman row.
Zach, to see the pass rush finally kind of come full circle from where it was at the beginning of the season, you guys forced another defensive touchdown from getting a sack, strip sack. What did that do for your room? And do you feel like you guys are finally starting to hit your stride as the veterans who are, at the defensive end spot?
Yeah, like I said, just keep building confidence every week. We go on, and that starts in practice. We go against 2 of the best left tackles, or really the best O-line in the country, in my opinion, every week. So, that just iron sharpens iron, and we get better every week and just build our momentum and keep playing fast and, keep trying to make plays to impact the game.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. All right, folks, we're going to bring in Cam Brown at the middle, and right next to Cam to his right, Ronnie Hickman. We'll open up the floor, front row right, Austin Ward, Letterman row.
Cam, you don't like double moves, do you?
No.
I love it. It seemed like that's the play maybe you've been waiting to make for a long time. Take us through, the pick, what you saw, and how you played that.
It took a lot of film study. I was really looking at that Zach play a lot this morning. So he ran a slant and go, and I just stayed over top, and I just used my technique and the rest pressure really got there, and he underthrew it. So I was able to come under.
Right next door, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
For Ronnie, they were getting a lot of stuff underneath this game, a lot of stuff over the middle. How much of that was what you guys were willing to give them as part of the game plan? How much of that is looking forward, something you think needs to be corrected?
I think I wouldn't say we expected too much of it, but we just got to make those adjustments. Whether it's halftime or whenever we feel it's an issue, we just got to get that stuff corrected. I'm sure we'll go over it more in film and prepare better for it in our next games.
Right next door, Tim May, Letterman Row.
You're right. Do you feel like leaving tonight, you guys have come a long way defensively? Do you feel like this is a championship caliber defense on a championship caliber team? Just what's your sense of it?
Most definitely, the guys in the locker room and the guys on the team know our potential. It's just a matter of us going out on Saturday and showing, the rest of the nation that what we're capable of.
What does it mean for you guys to continue this uncanny thing of scoring a touchdown defensively?
It's huge. It's huge. Whenever we can steal points, we want to do that. The guys, we talk about it before the games, who's going to be the one to get it, who's going to be the one to score. And Jerron Cage was the one to do it today. So we're super happy and proud for him.
Did anybody say his name before the game?
Nah, that is true. I ain't going to fake it. No one said his name, but then we're going to take it.
Second row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Cam, following up about, to see a guy like Jerron, who's been here for 5 years, to make a play like that, just how exciting is that for you and for the rest of the defense to see that happen?
So that play was really a game changer for us. We was all excited. Everybody on the sideline, even everybody on the field. I was probably like 60 yards away trying to run down to catch him to try to celebrate with him. He was too tired, but I tried to do a little something.
We'll go to the far left wall. Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ronnie, how have you noticed your front kind of impacting and affecting opposing quarterbacks?
It's huge. They're playing tremendous. They're playing lights out week in and week out. And, as a secondary, I'm sure Cam agrees. Whenever you get that pressure on the quarterback, whether it's just the timing thrown off or him getting the ball out earlier, it's huge. It matters a lot. So we're forever thankful for it, and I'm glad those guys are balling right now.
Front row left middle, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
For both of you, when the offense is scoring 50-plus points a week, defense doesn't have to be great. When they struggle like they did tonight, you guys have to pick it up. How comforting or how satisfying was it that you guys did play such a big role tonight?
I feel like it's always the same. We always try to play our best out there. Offense have our back, we have their back sometimes. So we just keep going with each other.
Yeah, kind of piggyback off what Cam said. The game's not going to go perfect each week. There's going to be some slip-ups or whatever. But like Cam said, we got their back and they got ours. So I'm just glad we were there to be able to, pick them up, and get those stops on those sudden changes and stuff like that.
And we're going to wrap it up with Adam Rittenberg, far left, ESPN.
Ronnie, as far as the scheme changes that you guys have made since the start of the season, how have those helped you guys overall as a defense make more plays like you did tonight?
I think it's huge. I think the biggest thing, a lot of the guys on the defense got a lot more experience. Guys are playing with more. What's the word? I guess I'll just say more experience under their belt. Those first few games we were coming in the beginning of the season, not too many guys knew what it was like to really be out there, including myself. So we're going into week 9 or week 8. I'm not sure, but that experience helps a lot.
Great, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the win. All right, folks, that's going to be it.